When they call you in, I know some of the ways they call you in is for these innovative and incredible lunch and learn programs. And I wanted to ask you, you have an hour, sometimes an hour and a half to speak to people, especially these people at the C levels. What is the takeaway that you have to get across to them in that short period of time?
First of all, the lunch and learns are phenomenal. I developed them myself because, after all, I've been on TV for so many years, and I recognize the short attention span of everybody today. Everybody's rushed, and we don't have enough time to do all the things that we want to do, and yet everybody has to eat. It's even a law that they have to eat, even if they're not pushing themselves to leave their desks. But when we provide them with a lunch and learn, it's very casual. They're sitting and chomping on their food in an atmosphere of camaraderie. And that's when I can get across information to them that they ordinarily would be too busy to listen to. This is also a time out from their regular day where they can start to actually learn about things that are not so bottom line oriented as being so obviously bottom line oriented, but as being very important to what they have to achieve. For example, one of the lunch and learns I run is body language principles. Body language to achieve the bottom line. And they learn about things that they never even thought about. And we laugh and we joke. While I was doing one of these lunch and learns at a very big company, one of the executives sitting there in the round table had his legs propped up and he was very casual, and I used him as an example. And I said, you know, this is an example of somebody who's just so relaxed and having such a good time. And they all started to laugh. I said, what did I say? I didn't know the company. And they said, he's our CEO. And of course, he was much more casual than they were. After that whole lunch and learn, he came up to me and said, this was phenomenal. My people got so much out of it because it was so relaxed. And usually we're not so relaxed here. So
I think it's phenomenal because a lot of times companies really are looking at things that are very obvious when it comes to increasing business. But when you talk about communication and relationships, that's not something that's usually on the agenda at a boardroom.
In the olden days, there used to be mass market, TV, radio, things like that, and business. And we never saw the two of them cross paths. However, I started out doing business seminars in front of corporate people, in front of CEOs, so that after that, when I went to television, it was so easy to provide TV, the audiences, with all this content that I had gotten from my Ph.D. and working with all these executives, and things about people that they didn't know that I knew, and be able to integrate the two worlds. It was wonderful, and I'm the only one out there who has this kind of strange background. Television in the mass market and business in the corporate market, so that even when I'm titling my lunch and learns, I can grab them from media-friendly and media-attractive interest levels, such as how to hook, hug, and hold your audience. Okay? That makes people much more interested in attending than somebody who's going to have presentation skills for the C-level officer. I mean, that's very, very dull. But this is fun and funny. We talk about how to spot people who are bluffing, people who are lying, how to deal with a handshake that's going to get you a great deal, how to create big deals from small talk. Things that I learned in the media you can apply for to be very attractive, and yet with the content that I have, it's worked fabulously.
I can envision those CEOs and using those kind of communication skills when giving presentations to their board and getting information across to their board.
Well, I do a lot of media training, and I've trained tons of CEOs. One of them, he was very, very nervous. He said, "Are you going to tell me to raise my hand when I say a certain word?" I said, "No way. You're going to be natural. You're going to find your essence and deliver your essence." And again, that's what I learned how to do on TV.